Today, Zynga stole a whole building, then told everyone about it. This is CheckPoint.
Welcome to CheckPoint, where I'm cosplaying as Steve Martin.
Really? I would have gone with Anderson Cooper, because news show.
Not really feeling Silver Foxy.
All right.
EA has revealed it is giving upcoming game FIFA Street its own in-game social network. At first, you might be asking yourself, why does anyone need another social network where the only interesting thing a user can do is to upload videos of himself playing FIFA Street? Simple. EA is actually providing a valuable service and is keeping those videos off real social networks where someone might have seen them by accident and then died of boredom. Thanks, EA.
Call of Duty has laid out the delicious spread of Modern Warfare DLC releases for 2012. In February, a map. In March, a map and 2 missions. In May, a map and a mission. In June, a map, a mission, and a mode. In July, 2 maps, a mode, and a monkey. In August, 3 modes, 2 monkeys, 5 maps, and a mango. In September, 3 mangoes, 2 maps, 4 men wearing mittens, and I've forgotten what I'm talking about.
Inside Mobile Apps received a hot tip from a Microsoft employee last week that said the company will be phasing out its much maligned Microsoft Points system in favor of real money by the end of the year. Either that, or that the US will be phasing out its money for Microsoft Points, which actually have a better ROI right now.
Blizzard has announced that BlizzCon 2012 is cancelled, and 1,000 fanboys cried out in anger. The Blizz says they are too busy focusing on Diablo 3, Mists of Pandaria, and StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm to put on this year's show. This shouldn't be a problem unless Blizzard is having their live events planned by their programmers. Or maybe their games are being designed by event planners. Either way, it's a bad idea. In other news, we may have determined why Blizzard takes so long to make games.
THQ has decided it will stop developing kids games, and not just because nobody likes making kids games. It turns out nobody likes buying them either. THQ has been struggling lately, but it's determined that focusing on games like its runaway hit Saints Row 3 is the way of the future. Look forward to Darksiders 2, UFC Undisputed 3, and Company of Heroes, which will now all feature dildo bats and man cannons attached to parade floats.
Casual game juggernaut and Skinnerbox enthusiast Zynga took some flack last week when it unveiled a brand new mobile game. Paul Saunders has more.
Thanks, Graham. The internet got its collective panties in a bunch last week when small independent studio Nimblebit took to Twitter to point out the similarities between its game Tiny Tower and Zynga's newest game Dream Heights. We wanted to thank all you guys for being such big fans of our iPhone Game of the Year, Tiny Tower. Good luck with your game. We are looking forward to inspiring you with our future games. You may have missed the subtle message there, as it is notoriously difficult to recognize sarcasm in text, but we think that Nimblebit may actually be annoyed. However, it is important to put this in perspective. The games industry is filled with examples of influence. After all, there's Saints Row and Grand Theft Auto, Modern Warfare and Battlefield, and every JRPG ever made, basically. This isn't the first game Zynga has copied, and it won't be the last. Considering the company is worth over $7 billion after its IPO, that's a lot of unauthorized Tiny Tower sequels. It could also be argued that Zynga isn't even the worst offender. After all, high-profile mobile developer Gameloft has made millions on games that were heavily influenced by existing popular console titles. Then again, Gameloft isn't copying a game that is not only already available on iOS, but has more than 1 million people playing it every day. I'm not really sure what Zynga was expecting here. Someone was bound to notice Dream Heights bears a striking similarity to a game so popular, Apple named it the iPhone Game of the Year. But what can you, as a consumer, do if you're worried about inadvertently supporting an unoriginal game? If you're wondering how to tell an original Zynga property from what would be generously described as a title influenced by an existing hit, it's important to note that Zynga's mobile game Dream Zoo is very similar to an existing game Tap Zoo. As we previously established, Dream Heights is Zynga's Tiny Tower, and the awkwardly named Dream Pet House was inspired by games like Tap Pet Hotel. Perhaps Zynga should stop using the internal codename Dream, aka We Stole This IP, in titles of games once they're released.
Thank you, Paul. Regardless of this development, I am still looking forward to Zynga's next game, Dream It's Totally Just Angry Birds.
Super. Coming up, HBO options indie game The Movie for a possible TV series. CheckPoint has acquired this exclusive clip.
Hey guys, finished testing that game yet? I've got another one I need to